What's up, guys? Welcome to Ask Soccer Machine. So I decided to redo yesterday's Q&A because one question, or I guess one group of questions, really caught my attention. A couple of you guys asked something in regards to motivation, and yesterday Drake's album came out, and I listened to it, and it kind of got me thinking of the music I listened to when I was younger, and just the ideas that molded who I am. And just before we start on this, I want to talk about who asked the questions, just to give you guys some credit. Deep the Dream asked how to build up confidence in soccer. Hector_Torres 96 asked how to motivate your team when we are losing the game. _EJ Young asked what are your pre-game rituals, if any, certain music, etc. And then Lucas Jelpi asked how do you get pumped up for a game? I struggle to get motivated sometimes. So, as you can tell, a lot of the questions had to do with motivation, how to get pumped up, how to get your teammates pumped up, and just overall, how to be more ready mentally for a game. Okay, and just to get it out of the way, my favorite song from the album is Hype. If you guys haven't listened to the album and want to buy one song, definitely buy that one. I think it's got the right tempo, it's got the right attitude, and it's just him actually rapping. It's not the reggae or the singing, which is fine too, but for working out, I think that song goes the hardest, and is the one that, knowing you guys, I think you'll enjoy the most. With that being said, today I really want to talk about the power of ideas, the power of somebody else's message, somebody else's song, somebody else's video, and what that can do to you and how you can use that for your own, improvement. I truly believe that other people's ideas are crucial for you to develop your own sense of being or your own way of viewing the world. If you stick to the ideas of the people surrounding you, or if you stick to the beliefs of your parents, to the beliefs of your teachers, to the beliefs of those around your environment, odds are that you're going to stay in that environment. You're going to stay in that level of thinking. You're going to stay relatively in that same place. So when certain artists or certain books or videos tell you differently or give you different messages, I definitely think it's smart to learn from that. To learn from that and to gain a different perspective of life and of what it could be other than what you're presented to, immediately in your immediate environment. Of course, Drake's idea of success, or where he's at right now, isn't everybody's. The money, the women, the cars, all of that may not be in your vision or may not be in your plan. But what is clear to me is that he is exactly where he wants to be. And that's very attractive to me. That's very attractive to the people that listen to his music, to make a plan and to reach it. So when we're talking about motivation, or when we're talking about our own lives, I think there's something to learn from this. There's something to really use for our own lives. And when you guys ask me, how can I be more motivated for this? How can I be, how can I get myself pumped up? I really think that the answer is not so much in my video. I really think that the answer is not so much in Drake's music. I really think that for you to feel that motivation, that tingling in your body of feeling that you want to pursue something relentlessly, it has to do with your vision. It has to do with your own idea, your own plan of where it is you want to go, and you have to see it so clearly, and you have to desire it in such a way that motivation isn't really a problem. Where you're at, where you want to be, where you want to be has to be so clear to you, has to be so desirable to you and so real that you can actually get there, that it pushes you in everything you do. Now, with that being said, you don't have to plan of something, in 5-10 years. You can plan something in a month, something that you can do in a month. Lose weight, get a six-pack, learn how to talk French. I don't know what it is you guys want. But whatever it is, if you really want it, and you find a way to communicate to yourself, to your body, that this is where you want to go, you shouldn't have that much problem with motivation. So, a way I really think works great to do this is to write it down. To write it down with a lot of detail, and to put it somewhere where you're going to see it every day. You can put it in your mirror. You can put it in your wall when you get up, the first thing you see. Put it somewhere where that's the first thing you see. So on a day where you're feeling, motivated, let's say you listen to an album, let's say you watch one of my videos, and something that I said kind of spoke to you, and something that I said kind of made you believe in yourself and what you can do. Use that energy, use that little tingling that you're feeling in your body. Go write down exactly what it is you want. Get a piece of paper and in detail where it is you want to go. Maybe in a month, maybe in 2, but write it down in detail. Really see it, visualize it. Feel it almost like there in your presence. And then put that up somewhere. Put that up in your wall, put that up, put it in a binder, wherever it is you're gonna see it. That's your motivation. Your motivation comes from your vision, comes from yourself, comes from your mind, comes from your ideas. Then every time you hear a lyric, every time you hear a song, every time you hear a motivational video, it shouldn't be a new feeling. It should be a reinforcement of that original idea, of that thing that you have in the wall, of that thing you're pursuing. So not only is it, I feel motivated again, it's like, I'm still going, I'm still pushing. Every workout, every single thing you do should be a reminder of that initial plan that you had up. So, for those of you that ask for motivation, for those of you that ask for how can I do this better, or how can I get pumped up, revisit your plan, revisit where you want to go. Really see it. And that should be all the motivation you need. One last piece of advice that I think is crucial for you guys to hear. Let's say you're working on a goal. Let's say you're working on getting into your school's JV team. Let's say you have an important game or something that you're working on that's more short term. And you spend that whole month training, you spend that whole month real focus, you put your vision up, you put it in the wall, and you wake up every day, and every day you feel that fire, and you're pursuing it and pursuing it and pursuing it. The day comes where you got that tryout, where you got that game, and you lose. You don't make it. Your vision does not become a reality. In that event, it's not time to feel bad. It's not a time to get down, because you have to look at where you were when you started and when you are now. The progress you made with that, fire that you were feeling during that time. And a lot of people, they make the mistake of attaching themselves to the result. Attaching yourselves to whatever it is that you didn't get or that didn't happen, and that's who you are. That's dumb. Maybe you didn't make it that time, but the progress you made during that time because of that idea is beneficial to you as a person. So you make another plan, in another game, in another tryout, and you use that fire to make yourself progress. And you just keep going. You keep pushing yourself and using ideas to make yourself better and detach yourself from the immediate result. And eventually the results are going to become positive for you. And when they are positive for you, then, the same way you use those negative vibes, get those positive vibes, get those ideas, get those moments where you were positive and write those down, because you want to remember those. You want to attach yourself to those. You want to be positive throughout your life and not put yourself down so much, because if you give up after a loss, if you give up after a failure, you're not going to want to try. You're not going to want to grow. You're not going to want to pursue things. And in pursuing those things is when you become stronger, is when you become a better person. So definitely detach yourself from losing. Just if it happens, it happens. You focus on the progress. See your vision, see your plan, start attacking it. And if you get there and you lose, and if you get there and it doesn't become a reality, remember the progress you made and forget about the loss. Look at a different vision, look at a different plan, and begin pushing yourself in that direction, and just begin growing as a human being, and really don't stress too much about the result. That's all for today's video, guys. Hopefully it helps. I'll see you guys tomorrow.